Yeah, many people feel powerless in today's situation.
Right. I mean, when you use a phrase like that, just out of nowhere, heal the world, it sounds like a dream, right? A nice ideal, completely impossible.
It's a very old story, comes from the 14th century. And it's a different way of looking at our power. And I suspect it has a key for us in our present situation, a very important key.
Who's that? Company! You have company! Just sit down and visit for a little bit while you clean up. Go on in. This is Roger, everybody. And go on in there.
Hey, mind if I come in?
Come on in.
Mind if I run my camera here?
Yeah, come on in. What's the movie about?
How are you guys doing?
Not too bad.
Let me shut this door here.
Sure.
Hey, my name's Roger.
My name's Al. How you doing? Al.
Al?
John.
John?
John.
Nice to meet you, John.
In America, especially in the United States of America, there should be no one that's denied the basic necessities to live a dignified life.
Amen.
That's food, shelter, and clothing. And if we can't provide that in Des Moines, I believe we can. But if we can't do that in Des Moines, the center of America, the heartland, you know, you can measure the worth of a community by how well you take care of your least fortunate. How are we doing? How are we doing?
Well, without these two gentlemen, I'd be sleeping outside in a sleeping bag. And curled up over here.
You've done that before.
I've done it before.
Yeah.
That's where we found him.
But without these gentlemen here,
Wasn't you up here under the dock last winter?
yeah, I love
Under
that.
that, what? Under
Right
that,
under the porch.
Right up under their porch.
With this blanket right here. One blanket.
Security, it's
Now-
like peanuts. It's like peanuts blanket.
But now,
He's barefooted.
now I got my shoes off. I got my shoes off. And I got a
T-shirt on.
T-shirt on.
Sitting in here.
And we built this. Me,
Al.
Al, Dave,
all the
Chuck,
hope builders.
all whole builders. We built this place.
This is all scrap, pallets and stuff. Yeah. And Johnny and Al bought the stove.
Yeah.
They bought the stove from their savings.
And we insulated it all.
We call this the jungle. As far as we're concerned, this man is the man that coordinates our stuff, and Chuck's our spiritual leader. He's the one that more let us into the Lord.
He's the one that put the cross up.
Yeah, put the cross up.
We wanted to put Dwight on it, but he
Right.
wouldn't let us.
Yeah. No, we joke about that quite often. But Dwight didn't say, no, I ain't doing it. But anyways, they are. Like, he's more or less the coordinator. He gets us to work. All right, we got a guy living down over here named Little Eddie. That's been living here for almost 15 years.
Yeah, he's been living right in this area 15 years.
And he's been living on that side of the levee and this side of the
We
levee.
built him a hooch down there, and he says, "I'm going to burn it down." I know, but now he loves that hooch.
Yeah.
He can't get out of
It's
it.
only 8 foot by what, 12, 15,
Wow,
and it's just a little thing, and he's got it so insulated. He just keeps it. Hell, he can heat it with a candle and cool with an ice cube.
You bet.
I mean, some folks prefer to be out as opposed to in a place like...
Methyl mission.
Right.
All right, let me
Exactly.
explain something to you here. Just let me say, put yourself in a position where you don't have your life situation. You've alienated yourself from your family. You don't have any money. You borrow money from everybody, but you're down. You're down about as far as you can go, and you go up there to the mission. They put you in there, and you're sleeping there. The guy next to you on your right, he snores, and the guy on your left, he's got gas. And the guy 2 beds down is crying. You don't have any private space. Mm-hmm. None. And everybody needs private space in this world. And so that's what it's about. The religious community, they're the ones... unfortunately, most of the religious community operate out of what we call the business model. And the business model always assumes limited resources, whereas the spiritual model assumes unlimited resources. We've got over 400 congregations here in the city of Des Moines. If 100 of them would rent a house for a poor person, like Holy Trinity Parish has done for 25 years, they've rented a house for poor people. It'd make all the difference in the world. But unfortunately, they tell me their portfolios are down, their tithing is down. Maybe if they just turn their thermostats down 5 degrees, and just give us half of what they saved for renting houses.
So nobody wants to give me a job because I messed up. I did one time. I messed up, and now I'm living down here. I just made one mistake, and now they're hanging me by the throat for one mistake. They don't want to forgive you for one mistake. They want
you to pay.
They want you to pay for the rest of your life for one mistake.
Raising awareness. The city, that's one of their 6 major goals on eliminating homelessness, is raising public awareness.
Do you feel like...
But it's their 6th goal. I'm thinking it should be their 1st goal. Let's raise awareness now. They told us they're going to tear them out.
They've been telling us that they're going to tear them down and everything.
Because they're not safe.
And Eddie's been through this before.
They're not
4
safe.
or 5 times.
They come in here and
actually come down with
everything
a
down.
bulldozer. And
I know if I was out here living along the river, I'd want to get into some housing as soon as I can, because it's going to be getting awfully cold. Let us scoop your walks. Let us rake your leaves. I'm thinking there's closer to 300 than 200.
Yes.
Right now.
Of people living
along the river.
Oh.
In Des Moines.
Take a trip down the 7th Street Viaduct to one of my.
Just look up along the camps.
Look up down the river.
Go down Martin Luther King going north.
The camps.
Mostly men.
Mostly men.
And someone. And there's women.
There's women too.
And I've had some mental issues that I've had to deal with. I lost my 2 younger sisters within a month of each other. They're both younger than I am.
Yeah.
And that kind of really messed me up, because I can't remember the last time I told them I loved them. And the last time I sit there and hug them and everything, I really can't. I don't have that opportunity anymore. That bothers me.
Were you in the service?
Yes.
What?
United States Marine Corps.
Did you serve?
In Vietnam.
You were.
Yes.
Serving. A high percentage of vets.
He's a Desert Storm veteran. We're both ex-Marines.
That's why we hook together.
Yeah, we're gonna hook together because we're ex-Marines.
Nobody can mess with us.
Semper Fi.
Semper
It said that right
But
down.
see, that's
That'll get you going, huh?
But we can't ever forget them.
That's right. Yeah.
And we are.
But
what was your job? What the hell were you doing? You had a real good job.
I was a machinist. Yeah. I worked on a press. I worked on 600 and 1,600 ton press, and we never did. But I love my mom with my heart. And that's one thing I do. I respect my dad for what he did for my mom. He took care of her until her last days. And when I lost my 2 sisters, that was kind of pushed me over the edge. We can do it.
They want jobs. That's what they want. They want jobs.
We're capable people. We're very capable people. We all need to do something for somebody else. There's a reason why.
That's what it's all about. It's about
there's a payday and just a smile on their face.
But
that's good enough.
God wants all of us to work together on this, helping one another. The community can make news nationwide that we've helped our homeless, and especially the religious community. But right now they're not helping enough. They're great at giving us their used clothing, and they're great at helping feeding, and it makes them feel good when they do that. That's why they do it. And we never reject anything, whether people are giving us rags, because it makes that person feel good when they're giving it. That's what it's about, helping other people every day. That's just what it's about. Right, Al?
Right on.
That can be a pain. It's not just a flash in the pan. And everybody gets busy about Christmas. To me, it's a crisis. It's a crisis of our community spirit, and it's a crisis of, especially a crisis of the people living along the river. Get her done. Get her done. That's Larry the Cable Guy. Get her done.
Get her done.
Thank you.
So take care.
I'll take some
Appreciate.
shots around if that's all right. With
Sure,
you.
sure.
All right.
Pleasure to meet you, my friend.
Great to meet you.
Stay in touch, Roger.
I will definitely do that.